On August 28, 2023, 19-year-old Shibli Sadiq called his mother Nahid from his office. His voice was very anxious. He told his mother that he had been kidnapped by some people who were torturing him. Before Nahid could understand or ask her son anything, the call was cut off. A little while later, Nahid received another call from Shibli's number, but this time it wasn't her son on the line but a stranger who was about to bring turmoil into Nahid Akhtar's life. So, what had happened to Shibli Sadiq? This story will send chills down your spine. Shibli, originally from Khulna, Bangladesh, was a lively 19-year-old boy with many dreams about his life. To fulfill these dreams, he studied while also working. To alleviate the financial burden on his mother, he worked as a manager at a poultry farm while attending school and gaining knowledge. Shibli was devoted to both his studies and his job, often immersing himself completely in both. Shibli was particularly honest and dedicated to his work, and this very honesty led him into trouble. He worked as a manager at G Poultry Farm in Kalapur, where 5 or 6 people from a minority community also worked. Due to working in the same place, Shibli became friends with these workers. However, taking advantage of this friendship, the workers began to slack off in their work, which Shibli could not tolerate. He started reprimanding them about their work. Although Shibli was only 19, most of the workers were between 24 and 25 years old, and they didn't like taking orders from someone younger. This led to the beginning of a conflict, which eventually escalated into a fight. The matter reached the owner of the poultry farm, who calmed everyone down and got things back to normal. Shibli, forgetting the past, focused on his work, but the workers he had conflicts with did not forget. 2 months passed and everything seemed normal. Shibli was pleased with the peace at the poultry farm, unaware that this calm was only a precursor to the storm that was about to hit his life. Finally, on August 28, 2030, the day came when the workers decided to take revenge on Shibli by kidnapping him. Shibli was working at the poultry farm when Umang Singh Verma, along with some accomplices, arrived and forcibly took him away in a car. Umang Singh Verma was the person with whom the initial conflict had started. As the kidnappers took Shibli away, he managed to secretly call his mother Nahid after being kidnapped for about 13 hours. His family was already worried and searching for him. When Nahid heard her son's anxious voice on the call, she was shocked. Shibli told his mother that some people had forcibly taken him and locked him up, and that he was being tortured. Before Nahid could comprehend her son's pain or ask him anything, the call was cut off, causing panic in Shibli's household. Everyone started searching for Shibli. While they were thinking about how to find him, Nahid's phone rang again. Hoping it was her son, she answered the call, but it was from the kidnappers, demanding a ransom. They asked for 1.5 million taka for Shibli's release. Shibli's family was struggling financially and could barely make ends meet, so raising such a large amount was impossible. However, desperate to save their son, they tried to gather the money. 3 days after the ransom demand, on August 31st, the kidnappers called again. Shibli's father pleaded with them, explaining their financial situation and requesting a reduction in the ransom. The kidnappers, aware of the family's economic status, agreed to lower the ransom to 200,000 taka. Though even this amount was difficult for a poor family to gather quickly, they did everything possible to collect it. On September 4th, Shibli's parents finally managed to gather the money by seeking help from others. They contacted the kidnappers, who instructed Shibli's father to bring the money to a location near the Bandaban district headquarters. Hoping to see their son again, Shibli's father took the money to the specified place, where 2 men came to collect it. When he asked about Shibli's whereabouts, they assured him that Shibli would reach home before he did. Filled with hope, Shibli's father hurried home, only to be devastated upon finding that Shibli had not returned. Believing the kidnappers might take some time to release Shibli, they waited for 3 more days. By September 7th, when Shibli had still not come home, his parents lost all hope and finally reported the kidnapping to the Roshan police station. The delay in reporting was due to the kidnappers' threats of harming Shibli if they involved the police. But after 11 days with no sign of their son, they had no choice but to seek help from the authorities. Besides the 2-month-old conflict at the poultry farm, Shibli had no other disputes with anyone, leading his mother to accuse 6 people from the farm of kidnapping her son. Among the accused were Umang Singh Verma and 5 others, with 2 unidentified individuals. Shibli had been kidnapped from the poultry farm itself. The police began their investigation at the location where the named suspects were identified. They started interrogating each of the suspects one by one. Initially, the suspects tried to mislead the police, but their deception didn't last long. The police arrested 3 suspects, Matching Mar, Anguthi Magma, and Switching Mangmar Ma, on charges of kidnapping Shibli. The search for the other 2 suspects continued, while the police intensively interrogated the arrested suspects to find clues about Shibli's whereabouts. Umang Singh Verma was identified as the main suspect, and the police extracted the whole truth from him. The revelation was shocking. Umang Singh Verma and his 5 associates had kidnapped Shibli. Initially, they were good friends with Shibli, but the friendship turned into enmity after the conflict 2 months earlier. Umang and his associates planned to take revenge on Shibli. After 2 months of planning, they kidnapped him on August 28th. Their initial plan was to kidnap and torture Shibli and then release him after collecting the ransom from his family. Knowing the financial condition of Shibli's family, they reduced the ransom from 1.5 million taka to 200,000 taka. Despite receiving the ransom, they did not release Shibli. When asked why they didn't release him, Umang Singh stated that Shibli knew they were the kidnappers, and if they released him, he would report everything to the police, leading to their arrest. To protect themselves, they decided to kill Shibli. The small conflict ultimately resulted in Shibli's death, but the question remained, where was Shibli's body? Umang Singh revealed that after killing Shibli, they hid his body on a high mountain in Roshan. According to some media reports, Umang Singh also disclosed that after killing Shibli, he and his associates consumed parts of his flesh and discarded the remaining bones on the mountain. On September 11th, the police took Umang Singh Verma to the location where they had disposed of Shibli's body. Shibli's parents and relatives also accompanied them. Eventually, the police found a skeleton in the forested area of the mountain, with the flesh missing from the head, leaving only the bones. Shibli's parents and relatives were devastated upon seeing the skeleton. The police took the skeleton and Umang Singh back to the police station. The news of Shibli's body being found spread quickly across the nearby areas, sparking outrage among the people. As the police vehicle carrying Umang Singh passed through, the villagers blocked the road with trees and other obstacles. When the police vehicle arrived, the angry mob attacked it, pulled Umang Singh out and beat him to death. 3 policemen were injured while trying to control the crowd. To finally disperse the mob, the police had to resort to tear gas and black cell fire. The main suspect received instant justice from the mob, but the remaining suspects are still in police custody. They will face legal consequences once the investigation is complete. However, no punishment can compensate for the loss Shibli's parents suffered. Nothing in the world can replace their son.